Good morning and welcome to episode 176, which is Masterfully Made DSP. Now, before I start, I just want to say thank you. As you know, I had to cancel last week's live because I was in the ER. You could tell from the way I wrote that clearly I wasn't really with it. I mean, it was actually hard to hold the phone up to type that, but I didn't want to just disappear. And the number of comments and prayers and feelings of comfort and just being, this is hard for me being a Brit, but feeling completely surrounded in love. It was quite amazing, and I just want to thank each and every person that reached out to me and said, you know, you can get through this, praying for you, etc., etc., etc. It was very touching. I'm feeling a lot better. I'm just coming off the I had 4 decreasing days of steroids, which finished yesterday, I think. Friday. So I'm on the let's see if I overdid it, and I don't think I did. So I'm pretty happy about that too. And we're also preparing in case this happens again, so that I don't have to go to ER and we can deal with it ourselves. So yes. Thank you so much. So anyway, this Masterfully Made DSP, when I got it, I looked at it and I thought, I didn't order this. I wouldn't have ordered this. I don't like it. And then when I looked up in my planner where I'd written down the list of the numbers I was going to order, there it was in plain sight. I did order it. But then I realized that the problem was some of the ones I thought, oh, I like that, I'm going to use that one. They had typeface on, and I'm like this one, for example. Or both of these, actually. They've got typeface on it, and I'm like, I don't like that. It looks scruffy. And so, and this one, too. Scruffy. But I thought, you know, I bought it, even if it isn't what I thought, because of course you all know how I feel about tearing paper. Well, look at all those edges, and they're actually stamped in. So I was like, oh my, what am I going to do? But you know, you don't want to waste your paper that you got, so I made it a challenge. Luckily, one of the colours in there was Lost Lagoon, which I adore, and I'm so happy it's back. So I made 3 cards using Lost Lagoon, and I'm actually pretty happy with them. They're a bit different in style to my usual, but that's okay. Okay, so I had 5 people not last week, but the week before, share my textured florals live. Barbara, Diana, Robin, Kathy, and Kim. And so I'm going to do the raffle right now. Let me just turn you down so you can see what I'm up to. And then just turn this over, actually. Standing up would probably be a good idea. There we are. Move that in a bit. Flatten it out. Is that good? Let's see. Yeah, it's about perfect, actually. So, as I said, Barbara, Diana, Robin, Kathy and Kim. So it will of course roll a 6, which we don't have. Wow, what a surprise. Okay, so we actually get 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's Kathy. And I'll try and get these rewards out. I've got a little pile of them somewhere. Let's hope I can still find them. So, let me show you today's cards. So, as promised, Lost Lagoon. This one I quite like. There's no typing on it. Yeah. So then I did this one, which carefully putting this sentiment here to hide some of the torn pieces. Same here too. So, but I do actually have typeface on here, and you know what? It's actually okay. I'm all right with it. But yeah, I would have been happier without the typeface. But hey, I took the challenge. I did it, and I'm happy. So the sentiments are all from Layering Leaves. Yes, and then I've got, this is the Countryside Corners die, and this is the Natural Prints dies that comes with Nature's something, but I'm not using that. I'm just using its die because it's quite handy to have dies. Here, I'll show you. So you've got all these things for the stamp set, and then a sentiment one, which is quite useful. So move those out of the way. Don't forget that when you place an order with me of $25 or more, I will send you the card pieces you need to make these cards. And of course, obviously, that when you share my live, I add you to the raffle, you know, for next week. We've just done this week's. So let's get started. So here I have what is almost certainly a 3-inch, 3-inch by 2-inch piece of DSP. You see, I thought this one was going to be pretty too, but it's got even more typeface on it. But this one is very pretty. And this, of course, is Pretty Peacock, which is also in all of the, it's in the paper, but it also goes so well with Lost Lagoon. So what did I do here? Because I've been out for a week, I kind of forgot what I was doing. I think let's get some of these out. May very well have, yeah, I did. I got my dark Pretty Peacock out, my old one, which is, as you can see, fairly messed up, but I got a new one when it came back. The colour came back, so this is just the one I can use to and destroy apparently for the colouring of the rhinestones. So, you know, useful to have one that you don't care about. I mean, obviously I care about you, Mr. Stamping Blend, but yeah. Right, so let me get a weight here. So this is going to be about, I think, there. So now that I've got that positioned, I can stamp the sentiment. And the reason I do it this way is if I were to glue this down and then stamp it horribly, I've then got a much harder mistake to cover up. Whereas if I do it this way and I mess it up, I can always turn the card base the other way around, because I always put an inner inside no matter the colour, just because it makes it sturdier, and well, I think it makes it feel a bit more high class, actually, I think. So that's why I do it. And this will have an insert anyway, even if it's needed to hide things. But it's good. So now I'm going to, now I know where this is going, I can put this on. It's, yeah, there we go. Oh, for a minute I thought I put it on backwards. Yeah, after talking about how to fix things, yeah, that would be not good. I think we're good there. Let's see. It's a lot easier to look at the long line than the short line. Okay, so now we can anoint it with these coloured rhinestones. You want to make sure that you don't get onto the ink, because that will stick on here and then all of a sudden you have got smudges. So just try and make sure that you don't pick up any extra ink. You just want the jewel. Yeah, tell me how I know that. There we go. There is number one. So put that back there and move on to number two. Which is thus. So let's get out our nature, I've forgotten it again, natural print dies. It's got a nice border around it, and stamp the thinking of you on here. Got a spare one just in case, because you can't turn these over because of the nice what are you going to call it, border, I guess. I'm going to call it a dent, but maybe it's a bit better than a dent. That's all right, but let's try it again and see if we can get a better rendition. It doesn't quite fall off the edge. Let's see. Yes, that's a bit better, isn't it? So let's just ditch that one. Got that one ready to go. And I'm going to get out my Stamparatus. You don't have to have a Stamparatus. You can obviously, I mean, looking at the pieces here, what you're looking for is to have this in the middle, but also lined up. So you just need to do that, or use rulers to get it in the right place. And then the same deal here, you need to get it in the right place. And it's a heck of a lot easier if you got yourself a stamp apparatus, which they don't make anymore. I can't remember why, but there was a good reason. But if you've got one, then use it. Makes life easier, much easier. It's not perfect. Sometimes you don't push it to the edge enough, and look at all this torn paper. I mean, really, I tried to see if I could get in between it, but yeah, it wasn't working. I know you're all laughing at me and my problem with torn paper. Most people laugh about that, but I am too precise, I think, maybe, I don't know. So this wants to be at the top so that it's there, and then just in the middle. There we go. See, so I've got the edges clear, and it's good. So then this one is going to go in the middle of this one. So also useful to use the stamp apparatus if you have it. Right, so make sure it's the right way up. So this is going to run down the middle. And just check which way around it is. It's that way around. Okay. And I think, yeah, this way up. There we go. Move that out of the way, and then get the dimensionals out. And that's going to go somewhere about there. So let's have this nice piece here. Make life easy. And just a few of these to prop up the other side. Don't want it sagging. Actually, this could do with a little piece on this side. So just get a little baby piece right there. And then we can just strip this off with a few of these. The rest are just there to hold up to make sure it doesn't flop. So let's put that about there. Then I added some of these because why not? They'll really stand out. Okay, I'll put one there to really impact the green, and then here's one. And I think it shows up really well on the lemon lime twist, so I'm going to put it there. So there you go. Number 2. Yep. So put that back there, and we just have this one to go with the typeface. So let's do the, let's try the sentiment first. sending hugs, which is what I really felt I was being sent this past week. Nice. Okay, so that's that prepared. Don't need that one. And out comes the stamp apparatus again to make life easy. Right, so what we want is the card opens here and everything is lined up with where the card's opening. So in order to do this, we have to put these two together, but you can't put it that way because it wouldn't be where we want it, so you have to turn it upside down. Does that make sense? Okay, so now I can snug this into the corner. Don't have to do anything by eye, and just turn it up and it's good. Well, apparently my cutting was a bit off. Let's see. Well, let's just continue with some glue. As I said, it isn't perfect, but it's probably a lot more perfect than if I was doing it by eye or with two rulers or whatever. Although I do love my rulers, as you know. So this now needs to go at the edge here. So we turn it around again and this all gets together at in the corner. So like so. Okay, that's enough of the stamp apparatus today. And here we have it. This one can also have some, my scissors. As I've said before, the edges can be quite invaluable and end up going before the rest of it, of the dimensionals. Okay, let's just put this down like so. Okay, let's use some of these. Looks good. Peel this off. And let's add this to the card. I like these little crushed curry ones. It's not colour I use very often, so. Right, and now we're also going to use the same Glossy Dots assortment, but this time I'm going to use the large, if I can get it off, yes, the larger, I think they're actually Coastal Cabana, but I thought they would work and sparkle and just stand out a bit. Okay, come on. pushing all the stuff. There you go. Okay. Let's put some on there. And let's put one there too. Okay. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me move this out of the way so you can actually see what we made. Oops. So one ink, one colour cardstock, or two colours cardstock actually, technically. So that's what I made. I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next week. Okay, bye.